जय श्री राम। सो आज हम लोग कैंटो 24 शुरू करेंगे। कैंटो 24, एन अकाउंट ऑफ द शरयू गिवन बाय विश्वामित्र, some facts relating to the ogress Tataka revealed, and hints given about killing her. That is what we are going to read about in this chapter. Placing in the forefront Vishwamitra, who had just finished his daily routine of morning devotions, the two brothers who were capable of subduing their enemies arrived at the bank of the river Ganga. Getting an excellent boat to ferry them across, all the high-souled sages of austere vows mentioned above forthwith spoke to Vishwamitra as follows. Board you the boat, followed by the king's son, and having crossed the river, proceed on your journey at an auspicious moment. Let there be no loss of time. Saying Amen and returning the salutations of those seers assembled to see them off with honor, Vishwamitra, accompanied by the two brothers, began to cross the river Ganga, hastening to meet the ocean. That is Ganga hastening. Reaching the middle of the stream, the highly glorious Ram, along with Lakshman, the younger of the two, distinctly heard on the river a noise enhanced by the agitation caused by the striking of waves against one another, and felt eager to know the definite cause of the noise. In the midstream, Sri Ram presently questioned in the following words, Vishwamitra, the foremost of hermits. What is the cause of this tumultuous noise, ostensibly proceeding from a volume of water striking against another? Hearing the inquiry of Sri Ram, marked with curiosity, the sage, whose mind is given to piety, stated as follows the definite cause of that noise. There exists, O Ram, on Mount Kailash, a great lake created by Brahma, the creator, with his mind. Hence, it is known by the name of Manasa, born of the mind. O tiger among men, a river named Sharyu, so called because it has its source in a lake, Sarso Yoti or Yati, and hallowed in that it has flowed from a lake created by Brahma, emanated from that lake. It encircles Ayodhya on all sides except the south. This sound, which has no parallel, proceeds from the violent commotion caused by the onrush of its water, even as it rushes to meet Janvi Ganga, so called because it was drunk of by the sage Janu, whose sacrificial grounds were inundated by it, and was later released by him through his ears. Offered salutation to the two rivers, where they meet with a concentrated mind. O Ram, offering salutation to the two streams united with one another and reaching the southern bank of Ganga, the two brothers, exceptionally pious as they were, proceeded on their onward journey with quick paces along with Vishwamitra. Beholding a forest of terrible aspect and unfrequented by men, Sri Ram, the son of a king, the foremost of men, a scion of Ikshvaku, questioned as follows Vishwamitra, a jewel among sages. Oh, this forest is difficult of access. It is swarmed with crickets and infested by fierce beasts of prey and vultures, raising harsh notes, and various other kinds of birds uttering fierce cries. What could possibly be this fearful forest graced with lions, tigers and boars, as well as elephants, and thickly set with dhavas, Ashwakarnas, Kakubas, Bilvas, Tindukas, Patalas, and Jujubis. The great sage Vishwamitra, possessed as he was of exceptional glory, replied to him as follows: Hear, O darling of the being to whom this forest belongs. O Ram, here on this land, O jewel among men, there existed in the former days two prosperous kingdoms, the Malad and the Karusa, by name, brought into existence by the efforts of gods. In the ancient times, when the demon Rita was killed in battle by Indra, the sin of killing a Brahman laid hold of Indra, distinguished by 1,000 eyes, who was accordingly overcome with impurity and hunger. The gods and the rishis, rich in ascesis, bathed the aforesaid Indra, impure as he was, through sin, with jars full of water of holy Ganga, further consecrated by the utterance of the sacred texts, and washed off his impurity thereby, depositing the impurity as well as the pangs of hunger fallen off from the body of the great Indra. In this tract of land, the gods derived joy thereby, and Indra, for his part, was completely rid of his impurity and hunger. Highly pleased at this, Indra thereupon conferred the following superb boon on the two tracts of land. These two stretches of land that have imbibed my impurity will grow prosperous and will be known in the world by the names of Malada and Karusa. Seeing that honor conferred on those tracts of land by the wise Indra, the gods, for their part, applauded the celebrated Indra, the chastiser of the demon Paka, in the words, Well done, good, for a considerable length of time, O subduer of foes. These two territories, Malada and Karusa, thenceforward continued to be prosperous and rich in wealth and food grains. Now, when some time had elapsed since the aforesaid incident, there appeared in this region, so the tradition goes, a Yaksha woman, Tataka by name, capable of assuming any form at will and possessing at the very time of her birth the might of 1,000 elephants, who is the wife of the wise Sunda. May good betide you, and whose son, the ogre Marich, possesses the strength of Indra and is endowed with round arms, a large head, an enormous mouth, and a colossal body. The mighty Rakshas, who has terrible form, is a perennial source of terror to the people, while Tataka, who conducts herself like a wicked woman, constantly ravages these two principalities of Malada and Karusa, O scion of Raghu. As such, she lives in an area of 12 miles, obstructing the road. For this very reason, let us proceed in the quarter where exists the forest of Tataka. Relying on the might of your own arms, make short work of this ogress of wicked conduct. Under my order, make this realm thornless as before. None is really speaking able to visit this land, though so holy and beautiful, tormented as it is by the terrible Yaksha woman, who has grown so intolerable. In this way has been told by me everything that you asked, viz., how this forest looks so fearful, how the entire region has been laid waste by the Yaksha woman, and how she does not desist from her nefarious activities even to this day. Thus ends Canto 24 in the Balakand of the glorious Ramayan of Valmiki, the work of a rishi and the oldest epic. So now for the questions for 24, the questions of Canto 24, question number 79. What was the cause of the loud noise in midstream? Question 80. What is the name of the great lake created by Brahma? Question 81. Which river encircles Ayodhya from all sides? Now let us start Canto 25. What is there in the canto? Questioned by Sri Ram, Vishwamitra tells him more about the birth of Tataka and her marriage with Sundar, as well as about the birth of Marich as a result of their union, and how the latter was subjected to an execration by the sage Agastya, and finally urges Sri Ram to dispatch the ogress. Now let's begin. Hearing the noble utterance of the celebrated Vishwamitra, possessed of immeasurable glory, Sri Ram, a tiger among men, forthwith asked the following sweetly worded question. When Tataka, the Yaksha woman, is known from what you say to be a female, proverbially lacking in strength, O jewel among hermits, she must presumably be of poor might. How then does she wield the strength of 1,000 elephants? Hearing the aforesaid question of Sri Ram, a scion of Raghu, possessed of infinite strength, Vishwamitra addressed the following reply to the former, who was capable of chastising the enemy, gladdening him along with Lakshman by his bland speech. Here the reason why she is richly endowed with strength. Though a frail woman by birth, she wields extraordinary strength conferred by a boon granted in her favor. Formerly, there was a great powerful Yaksha, Suketu by name, who was issueless, though of virtuous conduct. He therefore practiced great austerities with intent to please Brahma. Highly gratified even in the course of his austerities, Brahma, the progenitor of the entire creation, which sprang from his mid-born sons, gave him an excellent daughter, Tataka by name. So the tradition goes. Brahma further vouchsafed to her the strength of 1,000 elephants. The illustrious Brahma, however, did not deliberately grant a son to the Yaksha, obviously thinking that a son of the kind desired by him would prove a great scourge to the world. Suketu, for his part, gave away as wife that glorious girl, rich in comeliness of form and exuberance of youth, even while she was growing apace to womanhood, to Sundar, the son of Chamba, who being a demon was qualified to marry a Yaksha girl, both being demigods. Now, after some time, Tataka, the Yaksha girl, actually gave birth to a son, Marich by the name, who was hard to overcome and who turned to be an ogre living on raw flesh under a curse. Sundar, having been killed by the sage Agastya by means of a curse, O Ram, Tataka, along with her son, sought to kill Agastya, the foremost of rishis. Her rage having been excited, she, as well as Marich, ran towards the sage in order to devour him. Seeing her rushing towards him, Agastya, the mighty rishi, however, said to Marich, "Attain the state of an ogre." Full of extreme anger, the aforesaid Agastya cursed Tataka too in the following words: "Dropping this comely form at once, get transformed into an ugly, man-eating ogress with a misshapen countenance, a great Yaksha woman as you are. Let your personality assume a cruel aspect. Her indignation having been aroused by the execration, the aforesaid Tataka, thus transformed and bewildered with anger, ravages this holy tract, once trodden by Agastya. For the good of the cows and the Brahmins, O Ram, get rid of this most cruel Yaksha woman of evil conduct and perverted valor. No man in all three worlds other than you dare kill this woman, made formidable by a curse, O scion of Raghu. No disgust should be felt by you for the act of killing a woman, O jewel among men. For in the interest of the four grades of society, even a cruel deed has in any case to be perpetrated by a Kshatriya prince, as well as an act which is anything but cruel. For the protection of the people, even that which is sinful or wrong must invariably be done by one whose duty it is to protect. Such is the eternal duty of those charged with the honors of administration. Make short work of the impious woman, O scion of Kakushta, for there exists no righteousness in her. It is heard that in the former days Indra killed Manthara, daughter of Virokana, son of Prahlad, who desired to destroy the earth, O protector of men. Again, the wife of the sage Bhrigu and the mother of Shukracharya, the well-known preceptor of the demons, who though devoted to her husband, desired to see the world bereft of Indra, was disposed of by Lord Vishnu in the past, O Rama. Women characterized by impiety were killed by all these as well as by many other high-souled Kshatriya princes who were the foremost of men. Therefore, shaking off all tenderness, dispatch her by my command, O protector of men. Thus ends Canto 25 in the Balakand of the glorious Ramayan of Valmiki, the work of a rishi and the oldest epic. So now for the questions of Canto 25. It's becoming interesting. Now Canto 25. Question number 82. How does Tataka wield the strength of 1,000 elephant? Question number 83. Who was Suketu? Question number 84. Who was Sundar? Now, so here we end 2 cantos today. We will continue tomorrow. Please, if you are enjoying listening to the Ramayan, please like the video. Please like the video. I don't find anyone liking the video. Please do press the like button and watch it. Subscribe to my channel and watch the videos I am posting on X also. They are shorts which I take from this very video. So that's all for today. जय श्री राम. कल फिर मुलाकात होगी. अच्छा, प्लीज़ लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर करिए. थैंक यू.